He's not just the 2006 Nobel Literature Laureate. Orhan Pamuk's a symbol of Turkey's struggle to be part of the European Union. In recent weeks, he's been travelling around Europe and the United States to promote his latest novel, The Museum of Innocence. Yet, just as he was being honoured in France, where the season of Turkey is underway, the Turkish High Court ruled anyone who suffered mentally because of what Pamuk had said about the Armenian genocide could sue him for pain and suffering.
Mr. Pamuk, welcome on Euronews.
Welcome.
The Museum of Innocence is your first novel after the Nobel Prize. Did the Nobel change your life and your relationship with your country?
Nobel Prize did not change my life really very much. In my country, it made me more public figure than I wanted. It made me more political than I want to be. But this happens to everyone who receives a Nobel Prize. I don't think it's particularly a Turkish thing.
One of your favorite subjects is identity, the double especially, one character reflecting itself in another one and often even becoming that other one. In The White Castle, this happens between a Turk and a European. Does this mean that Europe and Turkey are each other's caliber mirror somehow?
Yeah, there were times that Europe and Turkey were more strongly each other's mirror image. Then as Ottoman Empire declined, the mirror Turkey turned out to be a sort of a segment of Europe. But the subject of identity, all of my novels are about identity perhaps. But when I began writing them, say The White Castle, even the earlier novels, the identity was not a fashionable word among the academics, among the journalists. But on the other hand, since Turkey has always been troubled, the identity questions such as, are we Oriental, are we Occidental, what are our roots? We are both geographically and culturally, both in East and West. These what we today call problems of identity had always worried the Turks. In Turkey, politics, culture, everything is based on rhetoric of identity.
In Other Colors, you included a chapter titled Where is Europe? In it you say, among other things, speaking of a summer you spent in Geneva, the first time I heard the church bells, I felt myself not inside Europe, but within Christendom. So is Europe a Christian club?
If Europe is a Christian club based on nationalism and Christianity, then Turkey has no place in Europe. But if Europe is based on liberté, egalité, fraternité, then Turkey has a place in Europe. But then, again, Turkey is now, in a way, Europe's mirror image. Europe is also deciding about its identity through the question of whether to take Turkey in or not, as well as Turkey is deciding about its identity, whether Islam and nationalism or some other ideal should be the defining notion of identity in Turkey.
So do you think there is a no entry sign on Europe's door?
Right now, unfortunately, there is a little bit of a small no entry sign in Turkish-European relationship. In 2005, Turkish-European relationship looked very promising for Turkey. Then, because of various conservatives, say Sarkozy's, Angela Merkel's, Austria, various European countries resisted to Turkey, while Spain, Italy, England, and some other forces in Europe wanted Turkey inside European Union. Half of European Union was opening the doors, half of them was closing the doors, and they were fighting inside, if you call it club. Outside, Turks were also fighting. Some Turks, Democrats, liberals, some business circles, minorities, Kurds of Turkey, and Turkish people. Most of Turkish people wanted to join European Union, while some forces also, unfortunately, some small part of the Turkish army, some mafia groups who were very good in killing people, some newspapers and media groups, and various ultra-nationalists, whether fanatics and ultra-nationalists, were resisting and plotting and doing things to block Turkey's entry to Europe. What happened now is, what I see is that right now, since Europe and both parts are very busy about their identities, then there is a little bit of an intermission, stop. The enthusiasm is faded away now. We don't see no entrance sign, but we see that, well, maybe, but it's not time. The door is not open yet. And I'm sad about that, but I'm not going to cry too.
I read a book one day and my whole life was changed. You recognized it. It's how the new life begins. Can a book actually change someone's life? And do you feel as a writer that you can change something, maybe not the world, but actually make a difference somehow?
Especially in non-Western world, there is a lot of unhappiness, economical unhappiness, political pressures, and a sort of apocalyptic expectations of millennium, revolution, utopia. Then people read books like that with a great enthusiasm that the book gives you the key of the world and you change the world. And of course you want to be entertained, but you expect your radical expectations from the world is so deep that you want the book to tell you almost, whisper to you almost things with religious intensity. When I was young, I read books like that. And I ethically believe that novels should be written and read with that intensity. Whether I can achieve it or not, that's another problem.
My name is Red, the Black Book, the White Castle, other colors. One would say that your past as a painter left you with an obsession with color. What color would you paint today's Turkey?
When I'm inside, it's an anarchy of colors and I like it. When I'm out, it looks like a distant mountains, like Chinese paintings. It's misty and you long for it and it's beautiful. In it, it's so strong that makes you troubled, you love it, but you're also troubled inside. So it's many colors. From outside, it's a beautiful color and you remember with nostalgia. When you're in it, the colors and its richness makes you tired. But in every circumstances, I can write about it.